I thought I already passed the metaphorical bar here. I already know that bureaucratic, administrative, regulatory overreach is a corrupt department and doesn't really signify one dirty cop or the entire government being overreach tyranny. It just states that there's a corrupt department that is doing color of law and excessive force, for example, and police misconduct. Okay, but anyway, they want me to know, they hit me over my past addresses in mutual terraces, so they hit me with the dates on either side of where I lived with the two terroristic threatening for mutual terraces. So I lived at 219, so they arrested me in October 2017 for terroristic threatening, and then came back and arrested me in October 2021 for terroristic threatening. But that one, they got a warrant to do it. And that's exactly 4 years apart. Okay, but here they want to come back and do illegal street justice over it at this place. And I did look up because I felt like this is assault. This is past harassment. Okay, but so I did look it up, and the entirety of the United States of America classifies the difference between harassment and assault by threat. Okay, but the state of Kentucky defines the laws for assault by threat into menacing, harassment, and terroristic threatening. So that's the real difference. Yeah, believe it or not, they have been doing illegal street justice attacks at me over my past crimes. The constitutional rights that best defined define the government, judicial example, and authority not to be able to be overreach tyranny doing color of law at someone over their past crimes is the 5th, 6th, 8th, and 14th Amendment rights. They've been hitting me over name cons for a while. And in fact, in Joe Biden administration, they really did it up big time with the Secretary of Defense. My middle name is Alan, and they hired veterans to ambush me and torture, harass me in my home. I'm Joseph Allen Scott III, and they had Jacob above me, Andre to the side, Summer, who was a female black Army veteran, doing Bloody Mary attacks on my bed from below. And then the maintenance man was Charlie, suffixes, fixes stuff. Only is breaking shit at me, and was in on a Sherry ferryman, playing the part of that on a bubonic plague reaper, representing rats is what the veterans were doing. And then they did the local fireman entry attack with the fleas of the rats on the bubonic plague, and did a murder entrapment with Overreach helpers on the home hit
with the 4th century stuff on Ferryman. Where they had the maintenance man disassemble the alarms and then light his place on fire. And then they said nothing while they 4th century at 2 in the morning. Luckily, I had a heavy couch and home alarms and was able to, they couldn't get in, even though they were busting the door down. And I was able to call 911, who let me know that's the fire department. And I could put down my acrylic shield and kitchen knife. So they mishit. And, yeah. You know, besides the legal street justice, which they're doing now and have done for 2 years with the veteran attacks and the Overreach tyranny, it leads to the fact of Joe with the Overreach judicial entrapments they did before at over my past addresses. But now they're into, they got the new Secretary of Defense, who represents the Alpha Beta pig hog board of illegal government police, Overreach group Hustle Hog, and then the board. They've actually been doing tyranny, rape, rape bait, bride, hog, husband, rape bait, bride. But they, see, you know, we're in Kentucky. So they want to, with Frankfurt, they want the frame kid entrapment and lies with Louisville. With the illegal society, legal street justice, illegal veterans over Louisville. So they got the kids involved with the flowered girl and ring bearer boy with illegal rules and bureaucratic overreach. So they've been doing, and with Trump, you know, the dead led to the reaper, led to the scythe. Now that's labor trafficking, using children to do coercion and entrapment. But then they're doing the rape bait using that with the veterans, using the children to claim, oh, and then demanding rape. Con hustle. So then that goes into, they're doing labor trafficking, but they're also, since they're doing crime with it and using children, that goes into human trafficking. Okay, and then we're by the graveyard, so they're doing Donald double down. So then what do they do with the rape victims? Human trafficking. They're using the kids, so it is human trafficking, and double down human trafficking. So these people in Louisville, Kentucky, the Metro Louisville Department is Overreach tyranny. Okay, they are using emergency rescue technology to do the illegal street justice terrorism. See how it's TER? Emergency rescue technology. And then the police backronym pun, omnipresence portals. Okay, these people are dangerous in Louisville, Kentucky. Plus, they're doing the family hustle, flag hustles. They are a corrupt department. They need the FBI of the entire country and the CIA on them. They are overboard, overreach tyranny. I don't want to get caught in their insurrection, sedition, entrapment, with the militia kind of the Declaration of Independence and Second Amendment entrapment they have. But you got to call it out when they are being color of law police misconduct. And then they want to use veterans and fire department and extortion business. Okay? And then what do? They blame it all on organized crime and go, oh, we told you to watch out. You know, they got order of blame and just balk like a chicken. You know, it's their whole backronym black. Kentucky evil neighbor hustle. Crime is crime.